I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like better rings. Whole lot of globe fighting, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta. Me, 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them.
Rivalry basketball heats up inside the furnace tonight, where sensational sophomore Davion Mack leads Mansfield Christian into mid-Buckeye Conference action against Marquez Johnson and the St. Peter Spartans. Live and free coverage takes over your Friday the 13th, and it's all coming up next.
Yippee! Win myself titles, cut down nets with my fans. Back to the basket. And another thing. Well, looks like I'm not going to Hollywood after all.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
It's the MidOhioJobs.net pregame show. Crosstown foes Mansfield Christian and St. Peter's just about set to renew their rivalry right now on the hardwood. Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Skronsky here from inside of the furnace for Friday night boys hoops action within the Mid-Buckeye Conference. It's the opener for Mansfield Christian here at home. The Spartans looking for their first league win since 2020. Ironically, the last time that they were actually able to defeat the Flames in boys basketball. For St. Peter's, their first season under the tutelage of Roy Shoulders. Lots of work to try and return the program to their former glory. It wasn't that long ago, though, that they were dominating the area and making regionals, winning Mid-Buckeye Conference titles, but they have not won more than 3 games in a season since COVID and playing against some pretty soft competition as well. So this is a big opportunity and obviously a huge task for Roy to take a team that didn't even have JV a couple of seasons ago and try to build it into a winner. But they were very competitive in the junior varsity game here tonight and actually have been pretty competitive so far through a couple of games so far early on in this portion of the season. Marquise Johnson, a big reason why, and this dude just in his second season of organized basketball, he has quickly developed into a high-energy playmaker. He leads the team in scoring, he's a solid rebounder, and just always improving. So when you see a guy like this that just has not really played that much, really at all so far during his career, it's pretty cool to see what he's been able to develop into so far in the early portion of his varsity campaign. Over on the other side, though, for Mansfield Christian, the Flames coming off their best season in program history, but they are replacing the greatest player to ever don a Flames uniform, of course, and that being Amar the Star Davis from last year. So Coach Kerry Craner, he brings back just one starter, so they're really still just looking to learn about this roster so far on the young portion of this season right now. So a lot still to be learned, but in their home opener, in the friendly confines of the Furnace, you certainly expect them to come out and put on a show, and they were able to do that in the junior varsity game earlier tonight. We saw a game-winning 3 in the closing seconds of the contest be the difference in it. So if that can be kind of the appetizer to what we get in the varsity, it's going to be a super fun evening here at Mansfield Christian. Davion Mack, the reason why for MC. He is as smooth as jazz music with some nice silk pie on the side. Led the team in scoring, rebounding, and shooting percentage as a freshman, and a big expansion in his role should really allow him to grow as an overall prospect, I think, this season. Davion Mack has been just an exceptional talent that I look forward to seeing what he's able to do throughout the course of his career here at Mansfield Christian, and it's basically just getting started. We do live in the greatest country, though, on planet Earth, though, so let's honor America and then set the stage here tonight for a fantastic Mansfield rivalry showdown.
Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here today. We thank you just for both of these teams and the work that they put in this year, for the coaches that have put in a bunch of hard work with these student athletes. We pray that you keep them safe on the floor tonight. We pray that you would just help them to use their athletic abilities that you've gifted them with for your glory and for their team's benefit. Lord, we thank you for the impact that both of these schools have for our communities. We pray that their gospel impact will be strong and glorify you, bring more people to you, make more disciples of your name. We thank you for the hard work that each of the teachers, administrators, and everyone involved in these schools does. We thank you that Mansfield can have 2 great faith-based schools like this, honoring you. In your precious name, amen.
And with that, the stage is set for a great night of boys basketball here on the OH Report, live and free here from inside of the Furnace. And a reminder to you guys out there that this is a Mansfield Christian student-led broadcast here tonight. So while I am on the call, all the other jobs are being done by a student in our media program here at MC. One of the cool things that we've had going on the last 2 years, and just very excited to be a part of it. The non-starters being announced here over the loudspeakers by my buddy John Mark Young. Does an awesome job over here. So I'll let you guys know my keys to victory for each team, beginning with St. Peter's. For the Spartans, you got to be very cognizant of your shot selection, especially here in a hostile environment. It's a very pro-Flames crowd, even though there's a solid contingent of blue here in the building tonight. So take care of the basketball, get good shots, but you have to slow down MC in transition. This is a team that likes to run and gun under Coach Kramer. They will push it, they will fill lanes, and they will try to get some easy baskets. Cannot let that be the case here tonight in this one. And if they can indeed slow down the MAC attack and some of these other potent weapons like Evan Hager, Taylor Hahn, that can get out there and run Alex Mayer and the boys, St. Peter just might put a scare in Mansfield Christian here tonight. On the other side, for the Flames, my keys to victory, presented by our friends over at Spherion Mid-Ohio. Fill those lanes, do quite the opposite. Try to get out on the attack, run them to death, and if you can find some easy money, get 2 4-point runs off of some transition breaks. Obviously, that's big time, and particularly when you're here at home and you can get the student section all riled up and then finish in the paint. They've got the size advantage here tonight. Evan Kibe down inside along with Hahn. The other boys that stand a little bit taller than the boys on the other side. You got to be able to capitalize on that. Starters here tonight. It's Jaden Foltz being announced, along with Nissan Wiggins, just a freshman, but breaking into the lineup here, number 20, like that.
Next, he's a freshman, number 25, Cameron Brookins. And finally, he's a freshman, number 41.
These are non-starters, actually, excuse me.
And now your non-starters for the Mansfield Christian Flames. First up, he's a junior, number 11, Landon Cyphers.
Landon Cyphers, the first to be announced here. He'll come off the bench tonight, junior season. And for Coach Kramer, they do graduate 5 seniors from a season ago. And I think you could argue maybe the most decorated class in terms of what they were able to do and getting the playoff wins, getting the sectional championship last year at St. Paul. Great game. Having Amar Davis, who was the all-time leading scorer in the history of the program. I think he's got multiple records for them, steals, assists. You know, he was just an all-around dynamic playmaker. But you look on the roster here and you see these boys are being announced. Plenty of juniors with Johnson and Stiegel, Schleusner, Morrow, Cyphers, and then they've got a 4-pack of seniors too. So it's another veteran group here for Coach Kramer, and you expect them to be prepared and to put on a show here in front of the home audience tonight. Looking to get off to a nice start within the Mid-Buckeye Conference. Antonio Lindsay, I think a 3-year starter now in his senior campaign. Damani Lentis. Desmond King gets a start as well.
Next, he's a senior, number 4, Siddiqui
Sissoko, 6-foot senior. And Marquise Johnson, our player spotlight tonight. But it's just about time to meet your starting lineup for the Mansfield Christian Flames. They got the new video board up on the wall. They got the DJ in the house. They are stoked, psyched, ready for action. One of the best rivalries in all of Richland County. And Sean Markey always does an exceptional job on the mic of getting the boys pumped up here in the house. It's Alex Mayer. Just got a great head of lettuce. Good head on his shoulders all the way around. Evan Hager, a fan favorite around here. He's in my media course first period. Did some cool promotional stuff with him. I'm sure you saw in the pregame commercial. Blaine Morrow, number 24, gets the start tonight. Taylor Hahn, I mean, this kid, he just brings a big ball energy. He is so much fun. Evan Kibe, too. Just a fun group all the way around. Looking forward to seeing how they match up here tonight with the Spartans. And my dude Aiden on the camera tonight, getting you all of the shots. Senior season for him and his first time running camera for us here on the OH Report. Actually, wasn't even supposed to. Grabbed him out of the audience here. Because a lot of our media guys, I mean, they're doing their own thing. We got about 8 cameras around the gym trying to make some highlights, getting some photos for the yearbook. Hahn will tip things off here tonight with Lenses. As we wrap up our Spherion Mid-Ohio pregame show, let's get to work. Find yours at MidOhioJobs.net. Ball up for grabs, and it'll be scooped up by Johnson. And we are underway. Here's Lindsay. Down the lane, flips it up, but it'll be a traveling violation in the first turnover of the night on the opening possession here for St. Peter's. Mayer runs the point this season. They'll initiate the offense over on the far side. Morrow looking for some options. Now they'll zip it over here for Hager. Evan between the legs, trying to lose the defender. Lindsay sticks on him. Kai, big size advantage inside. Use that bulk. Bit of a force up. He's able to collect his own miss. Over to Hahn. And now another offensive rebound here for Morrow. So they've got a couple extra possessions already here in the early portion of the game. Hager checks over to the sideline. They're going to work it over far side now, over in front of the St. Peter's cheerleaders. They're just about as active as anybody here in the gym, including the players on any given night. Here's Evan. Strong take, right hand. And foul's going to be on the floor. Take a second look at our Integrity Lawn Maintenance instant replay. And if you are looking for snow removal services, Integrity is the place to call. They do ours down at the OH Report and do a phenomenal job. Could not recommend them more. Hahn, quick spinner in the lane. That's off target. And finally, St. Peter's ends the possession. Lindsay pulls up, back iron. Loose ball, now Johnson tries the three, and that's the first points of the night. So Marquise lights up the scoreboard. 3-0 here, St. Peter's. And this is a new energized Spartans team. Don't look at what they've done here the last several seasons as we've got a bucket plus the harm. And Hahn heading to the free throw line with a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. Nice step through left hand, down the lane, took the bump, the bucket. And all of a sudden, that's going to be 2 fouls here on Desmond King. We're less than 2 minutes into the contest, and the 5'8 senior, he's going to have to check out. Deshaun Wiggins will replace him. The lefty Hahn really does provide a ton of energy for this team. He's one of those guys you love having on your squad, will do the dirty work. Lane violation's going to be on St. Peter's. Sissoko went a little bit early, so a break here for MC, as Taylor will get a second opportunity. New life, and Hahn again lifts this one around. A couple hops off the rim and a rebound to Johnson. Grabs about 7 of those per action night. Mayer giving a little bit of space to Lindsey. He's a really quick dude with the basketball. He's one of those cats that he's almost faster when he has it in his hands, and it's an excellent feed. Down low to Lentes, and it's 5-2 now in favor of St. Pete's.
Hey, Aiden, if the ball goes toward the basket, push it and get a little bit tighter, all right?
Off the drive, a little contact, no whistle there. As Hager with the miss, and St. Pete's a chance to really stretch out their early cushion, as we're about 3 minutes gone by. We'll go away from the ball screen, lobs it over the top, and how about the block shot? Taylor Hahn coming over to wipe it clean, and now Keeb on the run, missed it. Hahn with the follow, and the second chance not there. So, kind of tough ending here for the Flames after this. Check out the block shot one more time from the weak side. Taylor lifting up the elevation to the second story on the block. But off the leak out in the transition game, the Flames come up empty. Doing a nice job on the offensive glass so far. Lindsey picked up by Mayer. That's a 4 count. Leaves it off the 3. Hops out, no good off the miss from Wiggins. And now Hager looking to get aggressive. Series of moves. Now they'll swing it here near side. Matt coming off of the bench tonight. Davion's so slippery with the basketball. Wearing the number 3 this season. He was 13 as a freshman. Now Hager, a little bit of space. Rim that one out. And the rebound collected here by Lindsey. Looking to direct some action. Skip pass over in front of the Mansfield Christian student section. And we'll get a whistle foul coming on the floor. It's going to be the second foul against MC. And will be a reach-in here against Evan Kybe, the second on him. Evan checks out. Josiah Schlusner will replace him. And I'm curious to see how deep Coach Craner goes into his bench with, like I mentioned, a lot of seniors and juniors on this team and some exciting freshmen. The giveaway, nice step that time for Mansfield Christian. Can they make it pay off at the offensive end? Here's Hahn, quick step, and he banks it in. He's got all 4 so far here for the Flames. Lindsey calls for a ball screen. He'll go opposite of it. The kick and the 3 is up on the catch and release. Strong rebound inside. Wiggins will get fouled. And he's got a couple free throws coming up in his near future. Mayer looked like he got a decent chunk of the basketball. Certainly a big break into the body as well. As that'll set Sadiki Sissoko here on the line. He had a solid game in this matchup here in this gym a season ago. And now in his senior year, drops in the first free throw. And bricks the second. But how about Lentes with the elevation? Mack with the bounce, able to secure the board there. Keep the score at 6-4. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here in quarter number one as Mack looking for his first shot. Kind of forced that one. Strong defense that time from Johnson. The pass ahead. Down on the block, and St. Pete stretches out their cushion here with Wiggins. First points of the night here for Nassan. Cut through, down on the block, and just ripped right out of his hands. Jump ball. Gorgeous defense here by the Spartans. Take another look here at Lentes. I mean, that is all ball. Great call. And MC will keep it down here. Evan will trigger, comes into Taylor. Try to set up Hager in the corner. Off the crossover, got his pocketbook picked. Leads to another jump ball, and it'll be Spartan possession. Two turnovers here for Mansfield Christian in the first 5 minutes. And St. Peter's, I mean, coming off a huge win where they beat Temple Christian by 60. And granted, you say the competition, but they took the Lucas Cubs, the 6-time defending MBC conference champions, to overtime on opening night back on the 6th. Playing with plenty of confidence right now, even though Taylor Hahn is as well, but from the backside, sleeking in, Sissoko gets it right back here for Sparty. Little fake by Johnson. Thought about a three, now he'll send it straight away, back iron, and able to track down his own miss. Seen both teams do a solid job of that offensive rebounding. Contested triple this time. Off the mark and right on cue. How about another one here from Haynes? Tipped around and finally squeezing it here as a Mansfield Christian player. Schlusner with the board. Hager is not set yet. He's gone the full 5.5 minutes. He's got a good basketball pedigree in his background. And Mack, a little bit of frustration setting in right there. Looking over at the referee, felt like there was a little bit of contact on that last dribble drive. For those of you tuning in here live and free tonight, do drop me some comments. Let me know where you're taking in the action from here this evening. On this Friday the 13th, do you believe that there's something just a little bit spooky in the air anytime this falls on the calendar, or is it just another day, a regular old Friday here? Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know as Mack drills a three. Much needed here for the Flames. First points of the night for Davion Mack. Leading scorer right now in the Mid-Buckeye Conference. Spotlighted him here tonight. Showed you what he did as a freshman as the Spartans with the turnover here in active hands by the Flames. Let's look at that last three in transition. Buttermilk pancakes that time. Extra syrup on top from Mack. Mayer just checked back in. He'll get it to Davion, a little bit of space. He'll elevate, lay it in, and one. That's the Davion Mack we've come to know here. first team all MBC performer from a season ago. And there he is. It's showing some emotion as he's got 5 points and a chance to lay one on top. Can't extend the lead as Johnson secures the board. Now here comes Lindsay, bounce pass ahead. And it'll be poked out of bounds. 17 seconds remaining here in the opening frame. Low scoring first quarter on our Mechanics Bank scoreboard. Bad pass tipped. Fortunate to hang on to the basketball here is Sparty as Sissoko has that tipped a couple times too. Right place, right time, and the foul. Should be a shooting foul here for Wiggins. And it's just two fortunate bounces that time for Mansfield St. Peter's. Ends up landing this on at the charity stripe. Foul goes on Alex Mayer, his second. So two Flames in early foul trouble. Evan Kaib already sidelined. And we presume the same fate coming up here for Mayer. Yeah, he'll have to check out. Morrow back out into the lineup. .4 ticks. And an even count right now. Let's see what happened here. Mack got the left paw on it. Couldn't squeeze it. And I'll get possession back over to St. Pete's. Wanted to get the lob to Johnson on the special play. Lindsay actually stepped on the boundary. So that'll be a turnover. And a break here for Mansfield Christian. Final 5 seconds. Mack looking to close out the quarter in style. Instead, clanks it off the square, and that will do it. 8 minutes in the books. Both teams 9 points apiece. We'll be back. We'll see you for quarter number 2.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
All for God's glory. You're watching Flames basketball.
One quarter in the books here inside of the furnace for this Mansfield Christian media presentation. Brian Skronsky here on the call, though. I've got Gus Miranda tracking some stats for me. I've got Aiden over here running camera. Just a fun night. Great action so far as 8 minutes, each team with 9 points. Matt can't change it here as it's tipped around and secured by Sparty. The rivalry, I feel, is fully back with the emergence here of St. Peter's and what they've been able to do the last couple of seasons. And COVID, really kind of wrecked them a little bit. They had a couple of years, didn't even have a JV. They were in danger of not even having a varsity. Then, last year, got a few extra kids to come out for the program. They've developed some nice young talent. Johnson certainly comes to mind. Had never played organized basketball, I'm told, until his sophomore year. Now as a junior, the leading scorer and rebounder on the team. So that's been cool to see. Sissoko's been around. Lindsay, of course, as well. And they are putting up a great fight here on the road. Nice drop off. The lob, just a little bit short. And the Flames pushing the spinorama here from Morrow. And just a little bit out of control. Picked off. Here's Lentes. Sends it ahead. And buckets. The first 2 points belong to St. Peter's. They've led for most of the night. After that 5-0 run by Davion Mack, Flames had a brief moment where they were on top, but have not enjoyed the view from the leaderboard very often so far here tonight. As here's Johnson, as mentioned, not a lot of experience, just period playing actually inside of a gym with a coach and a real team and everything, but you can tell that he's practiced, he's played basketball for a good portion of his life. Now Sissoko off the bounce. Looks like he'll be fouled on the floor. Flames were calling for a jump ball. Not going to be the beneficiary of that, as Evan Hager picks up his first foul. And we'll get the first timeout of the night. It's going to be a St. Peter's timeout, and just a 30-second timeout. Brought to you by our friends over at Home and Kitchen Supply. Just 2 points so far in the second quarter. Each of them belong to St. Peter's. And every time we get a timeout, I will jump over onto our social medias and I'll see what's going on in the chat section. Want to say what's up to Daniel Stotts, cheered on the Spartans tonight. Mansfield Christian, of course, they want the Flames to win. Cardacia, I believe, hopefully I said your name right. She is cheering on the Flames here tonight, as is Chris Steele. Corey says, looks to be a much improved Spartan squad. Secret weapon tonight. Blaine Morrow, though, look out for him. Due for a couple of big threes in this one. Josh Pollock cheering on his alma mater. Heidi is listening as she drives home from Columbus, cheering on Taylor tonight. Gotta imagine with the same last name, there's a connection there. And Dora just wants me to know she's watching. Glad to have you with us here tonight, Dora. Flames force a takeaway. And for the Spartans so far, got them tracked for 7 early giveaways. And so I thought we were going to get a foul. Instead, it's kind of a bailout call. You see spinning, twisting the body that time is Hager. And I think that's probably the correct whistle right there. He didn't have anywhere really to go, and here he comes up with the theft. Kick it to the middle, Hahn. The drop off, and Mack poked away. Normally, it is showtime. And look at the emotion. Lindsay really loves it, and I don't blame him. Mack has been a dunk machine so far in his early career, and probably would have had a thunderous throwdown if not for the quick hands. Jump ball. As Hahn reaching for the back of his head. You see Taylor fighting, and at least it wasn't hit down on the hardwood. It actually looked like he and Wiggins kind of thumped their brain protectors against each other, so the noggins shaking off some cobwebs, but they're okay. Each are going to remain out on the floor. More than 2 minutes gone by in quarter number 2. MC yet to get on the scoreboard. Spinning and dilling inside. Pretty 2 points there for Damani. And it's back out to the largest lead of the night. St. Peter's up by 4. Bad pass out here, makes his way to Cyphers. Now Mack calls for a screen. He'll use it. Davion lost the handle, lost his footing altogether. And now Hager will get fouled. Should be a shooting foul. And Antonio Lindsay indeed will put Evan Hager on the line. Hit him with the body there on the release. Or actually, they're changing their minds here, and they're going to say that it's on the floor. Hager's logged the second most minutes so far through a couple of games. 57 of them entering tonight. Mack the most at 62. Rarely ever checks out. Did come off of the bench here tonight. Didn't hear from Coach Craner as to why that was. As here's Lindsey with the steal to the other end, but he blew it. Friends in low places. The stick back off target from Johnson, though. And that's a tough one right there. I think you got to get points in that situation if you're the Spartans, because how about this? Hahn the other way kind of makes it a 4-point swing. And we're going the other way with it here. Mansfield Christian starting to get some momentum. Let's check out the latest. The lefty, Hahn, filling it. And puts it up soft off the square. Taylor on the season, averaging 6.5 points per game. And he's been super aggressive here in the early portion tonight. He's already at his season average of 6. As we get a 3 in the key call. And it definitely does look like Davion's got a bit of frustration bullying inside. He's just one of them dudes that he's such a smooth, efficient basketball player. He's not used to not having his way. And Sissoko, I believe, will be headed to the line here. It will be a 2-shot foul. Hager a little slow to get there, so the help had to come. And the foul comes in, the 3rd on Evan Kibe. So he's certainly getting his money's worth in that department tonight. Knows he's going to check out, looking over to the sideline. As a missed opportunity here by Siddiqui. One more coming up for Sissoko. Clock resting just about at the midway point here of quarter 2. Buries the second, stretches the cushion out to 3. Davion, strong move down the baseline. Just got passed off from one defender to the next. About 3 different guys all had a shot to slow him down. And Mack with a solid step through. Now Sissoko telegraphing the pass. And it's tipped off of the Spartans. So Taylor Hahn creating some havoc. He'll get the steal here for the Flames. No one picking up Mayer right now, and it definitely feels like there's a bit of confusion for Coach Schulter's club out here on the defensive side of things. Mack lips it out. Kept alive. Here's Hager, the rainbow. And boy, look how high that boy pounds. Mack coming alive. Check out the latest deuce. Just up over the top of everybody. And then just drops it in. Coach Shoulders with his second timeout as he see Mansfield Christian and the Flames put together some offensive momentum here over about the last minute. And on the other side of things, double-digit turnovers now in this first half for St. Peter's. Definitely going to be problematic, especially in this gym with all those crazy kids over there looking to make some noise anytime the kids in the white uniforms do something right. Back into the comment section. Kayla wants to know about Senior High versus Rams. I don't have a score. I can text and try to find out. Laura Caldwell cheering on the Flames as well. And over on YouTube, I want to say what's up to Trey Sellers. Says, let's go, Evan. Traveling violation against Mary. Full court pressure is where Mansfield Christian has been able to succeed here as of late. It's been given some fits to the Spartans. Tough opportunity just getting it in, but they'll make the most of it. How about this one? And one coming up for Sissoko. Siddiqui with the strong drive puts it in for a couple. Minimal contact that time as well. As Schlusner picks up his first personal, it'll be the third on the Flames. But free throws have been a bit problematic so far here for St. Pete's. Sharp ball movement, at least it was until that last pass. Schlusner couldn't thread the needle. So the Flames with the giveaway. Big three. And it's off target there from the corner. Felt like that could have been a momentum changer. As Mack with the slick cross drops in two more. Davion Mack coming alive here offensively in this second quarter. The first into double figures. He's got 11 of Mansfield Christian's 17. Lindsey forced way out. He'll cut through now with the ball in the corner. And Johnson as well. I mean, look at where he's starting with the bounce. Hager picking up. A little slow to get over there. And an offensive rebound again here for St. Peter's. Doing a solid job of creating some extra possessions. And they'll get a three-point opportunity out of it. Just have not shot it well, though, from downtown. 4, 5 looks, and nothing to show for it. Meanwhile, the other way, it's Hager, and one. Evan Hager running the floor in behind the defense. A little cherry pick and a cherry on top with the bust, the bucket. And he's at the free throw line with a chance to make it a 4-point game. Hager on the season, 7.5 points per game. Just a 50% foul shooter. It's just his 5th attempt. And that one off target. Johnson with the rebound, poked away backside by Josiah. Flames think it should belong to them, and it does. So an excellent job of just creating havoc defensively here for Mansfield Christian. Over about the last 3 minutes or so, the Spartans have not done a great job taking care of the basketball, and that's why the score is flipped here. MC looking to add to their 3-point total as Hager working down on the block, a little short. Lindsey's going to slow things down, walking across the timeline. Half-court man-to-man defense really pressed out hard here for Mansfield Christian as we're below 45 seconds to go. The three from the corner. Off target, the battle. Presume this is going to go against Lentes. What do we got? Yeah, I think it is a foul against Diamani. Just a little too handsy and active there. It'll be the second now on Lentes. Flames with their 3-point cushion. And 35 seconds to go. They'll have to re-inbound. See if Coach Craner's interested in trying to hold for the final shot here before we reach the break. Or if it's just best look, he'll take quality. How about the step back triple and a foul? Not a good one here to shoot, or for Sissoko to send a shooter to the line. Definitely caught a piece of the body, and that sends Davion to the charity stripe. Mack on the season. This will be his 13th, 14th, and 15th attempts. He also, like Hager, struggling a bit, just 50%, able to bury the first, though. Mack with a plus-minus of 5 here tonight, averaging 19 points per game. A shade better than he was a season ago. It was just such a breakout first year at the varsity ranks. Freshman season playing with all those seniors in a really gifted class, and he was the cream of the crop, really stood out. But a lane violation on the swish that time for Mack. It keeps the point total at 20. And now Sparty with the rock. And the clock funneling away. Down to 23 seconds. Sissoko spinning, dilling, too hard off the square. But a missed dribble by Mack right into the hands of Siddiqui. Now Davion checks the clock, down to 5 seconds. Got to go to work. Straight down Main Street, and he's fouled. Still 2.3 showing on the game clock. And that is the 5th team foul. 3rd against Antonio Lindsay. A couple of those coming here in this last minute as well. Davion now with the Baker's dozen in the scoring column, the only player in double figures for either unit. And he cashes in a 2-pack. 4 points, biggest edge so far experienced by Mansfield Christian, as there's no shot to be had. We are at the break. MC with a big second quarter. They outscore the Spartans by 4 after it was 9-9 heading into quarter number 2. We'll step aside. We will be back. I'll have some stats and analysis. I'll also have Mr. Miranda join me on the mic. He'll give me his impressions of the first half. Get you all set for second half action. It's live, it's free, and it's only on the OH Report.
Yippee! Win myself titles, cut down nets with my fans. Back to the basket. And another thing. Well, looks like I'm not going to Hollywood after all.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
Tonight's rivalry basketball game brought to you folks live and free thanks to these amazing sponsors. Give it up for Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Spherion Mid-Ohio, proud to support our local athletes. They know the foundations that make great employees are woven into the teamwork, focus, drive, and perseverance given in each practice and game. Let's get to work. Whitaker Myers, locally owned financial planner that boasts the endorsement of national money expert Dave Ramsey and the team at Ramsey Solutions. Integrity Lawn Maintenance, landscaping services that you can be proud of at a price you can afford. Schedule a free estimate by calling my buddy Austin at 567-307-5554. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows, and doors since 1970. Mansfield Christian Schools. Experience the embrace of a learning community that cherishes your child's growth in spiritual and academic development at Mansfield Christian School. And Sutton Bank. Earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa. We'll be back with our halftime report in just about 1 minute. Stay with us. It's halftime here inside of the Furnace, where we've got 2 quarters in the book so far. 22-18, Mansfield Christian leads Mansfield St. Peter's in a very game Spartan club here tonight, as they have put a lot of pressure here on the Flames on their home surface. I am Brian Skoronsky, and this is a Mansfield Christian media production. That's right, we've got students leading the operation, and then the man behind the entire program, Mr. Gustavo Miranda, on the headset with us right now. And Gus, this is your first time, I believe, in the history of your life tracking basketball stats so far. What's your thoughts on how it's going so far? What'd you think about that first half?
I am astounded. I am totally astounded. My background, my lifetime has been totally, shall we say, void of sports for whatever reason. But I am finding I have a newfound respect for these young men, because I see them competing. I see them fighting for every single point, fighting for that ball. And a lot of these guys are my students, our students, because
Sure.
you're in that classroom. They are our students, and I am just finding a lot of respect for them in this evening and how they're playing. I'm definitely going to be looking at them different on Monday morning in class.
Evan and Taylor especially giving it their all out here tonight. That
Yes.
Taylor Hahn, he is one of those guys that you love to have on your team, because he's a little bit of a maniac on the floor. He's high energy, high motor all the time.
100%. Yeah, all the time, 100 miles an hour.
All right, let's take a look at those first half stats presented by our friends over at MidOhioJobs.net. And Gus, you were tracking these things. Mansfield Christian doing a nice job there in the rebounding department. A 6 differential there right now. And the turnovers as well. Really thought that the Flames were able to turn up the heat there in the second quarter with their defense, and it really helped them out, try to regain the lead, and now on top by 4.
They're playing on the court, I believe, better than the Spartans. But what they're not able to do is execute at the basket. So that's, I mean, again, I'm sure there's better ways of saying that, but that's what I see. They're playing better, they're dominating, but they're just not connecting when it comes to the basket.
Yeah, they've had some chippies, or some bunnies as we like to call them in the game of basketball, point-blank range there in the painted surface, and just haven't been able to cash them in. So to your point, I think you're absolutely right. They've had a number of offensive rebounds that they haven't been able to finish off with some points. St. Peter's as well. They've left a few chips on the table themselves. They had the one possession where they had 4 shots, no points coming away with it. But just this rivalry game and the energy in the building, it's pretty palpable in here.
You know what? That you are 100% right. That I felt that energy sitting at the table here next to you. I just sensed there was something very thick in the air, and that's exactly what it is, that rivalry between these two teams.
The Mansfield Holy War, as we used to call it, even though we've retired that moniker here in this game, and it's delivering so far.
Let's resurrect it.
It is back, baby. All right, Gus, appreciate you jumping on the headset with me here at the half. We'll talk to you again here at the end of the game. How's that sound?
That sounds terrific. Thank you, Brian.
All right, fantastic. As we're back to action here, it's a strong take and poked away. This is Hager off of the drive. Was able to get by Lindsay, but not at that second wave there with Diamani. Kid's got some excellent bounce, man. Good athlete. There's a number of them here in the gym tonight. 3 balls on the way, and a little breeze maybe coming through. An air ball from Evan, and he's a little frustrated. Hager hasn't played his best game offensively here tonight, just sitting on 2 points. And he and Mack, I believe, lead the way in terms of shot attempts. Trying to force Lindsay to go down into that corner. Mayer all over him, hounding defense. Tough catch inside, Lentes with the kick out. Now Johnson. And Diamani just bobbled it. And that'll be a turnover. Flames push it ahead. Here's Taylor Hahn on the bounce. And he gets fouled on his way to the hoop. Taylor will get to shoot a couple. Just a nice pass. The transition game for Mansfield Christian. It's been a staple here these last several years, and a lot of folks obviously became accustomed to seeing number 5 be able to push the pace, that being Omar Davis. Saw his pops is here in the building tonight. But it's a new group and a new opportunity for this wave of athletes to try to make their mark, build their own legacy. I think especially guys like Taylor, who very minimal playing time last season as a junior, and now you see what he's able to bring to the table. Senior campaign and relied upon. He'll check out here, though, as Landon Cyphers spells him out off the bench. Here comes King into the front court, and he's called for a travel. He didn't like it. Let's see. Kind of hard to tell. Our scoreboard was right there. But it looked like he might have shuffled that pivot foot. So a couple bad giveaways here by the Spartans in the first minute. And you can't let the sweater completely come undone too early. I think the first few minutes of every frame are always important and critical, but especially out of the break when you've talked things out, you've made some adjustments, you've decided that there are different ways that you can attack, or maybe certain things that you like that you did, and you want to come out and you want to implement them. And you know, if you're a coach, I'm Roy Shoulders, you certainly want to see that your tutelage and what you've told your boys is paying off. But a third turnover here in the first minute and 11 seconds for the Spartans is a really rough sign for them. Flames with a 6-point cushion and a chance to extend for the largest lead of the night. As Matt gets the second half start, they'll come back and collect it here up top. It's always a little bit crowded here in the Furnace, and more ways than just one, even on the court. It's not a full regulation high school court, a little bit slimmer in terms of the entire dimensions, as Mack took it down the baseline, just could not cap it off with some points. But they turn on the heat defensively here, a big crowd. And now Lindsay was able to dribble it out. He's going to get fouled. It'll be Landon Cyphers picking up the personal, just the first on him. As Hahn, after a very short break, right back out into the mix here for Coach Craner. Lindsay splits a double. Now Antonio gonna bark out some orders, looking to get into a half-court set. Trying to go to work himself, but he gave it away. Spartans don't even have a shot yet here in the third quarter, and they've turned it over 4 times. Mack off the staggered screen. Boy, look at the step through, just makes it look easy. So pretty for the soft. Out ahead, a thought of a dunk, and for Diamani, likely the right move. Just lay it in over top. And St. Peter's on the board here in the third. 4-2. In the frame so far. And I think Max stepped out of bounds. So a giveaway here, and 'tis the season, I guess, with the Christmas spirit obviously in the air. Hard to avoid this time of year. Jesus' birthday just around the corner. And the Spartans, maybe just one too many gifts. I mean, I like that feeling of being able to, you know, give something away to somebody, but not 5 times, not this quickly. Mack getting the defender on skates and trying to throw somebody on a poster. As Davion's headed to the free throw line, this will be his 3rd trip tonight. He's just so slick, either hand with the crossover. Met on the rim that time by Marquise Johnson. And Johnson draws his 2nd foul. Lands Davion at the charity stripe. And all of a sudden, 17 points now for Mack. Boy, does he have broad shoulders carrying the offensive load here tonight. Great tag team here last season is, again, the pressure burst in the pipes for St. Peter's, and Coach Shoulders has seen enough. 3rd charge timeout to Sparty. It'll be a full timeout. I'll try to listen in here on the huddle, give you guys a little bit of insight as to what Roy's seeing. Doing a nice job of, it's a teaching moment for him, so not beating down the kids, just expressing, when we've got this look, you've got to be able to go here. You got to be able to handle it, though. So Coach Shoulders back at St. Peter's for another stint. His 1st season back this season. And a good look at the crowd here on hand at Mansfield Christian. A lot of excitement in the air here, of course, the Christmas season. The home opener for the Flames for the boys as well. Friday the 13th, the new video board. I mean, everything going on here tonight. And when the Spartans cheerleaders are in the house too, it just brings a whole extra dimension. Just consistent flurries and cheers, and they just sent it over to the Mansfield Christian cheerleaders. No rebuttal, but they're talking it out. They're like, okay, well, do something. We can't just let them just come cheer at our place, not have nothing to say about it. Hager back in, the lob Mack. Tough catch inside, to lay it in. Double figure lead now for MC. Off the cross, Sissoko, the pull up. Little too strong, Hager secures the rebound. He'll push forward, the pass from Mack. Gets tipped out. Take a look at that last bucket by Davion. He's just a phenomenal athlete. I could see him being a standout wide receiver. Of course, they don't have football here in Mansfield Christian, but whatever district he lives in, like we saw with Amar Davis, who was a record setter for Mansfield Senior on the gridiron, despite being a student here at MC. Wonder if that's something that's of interest to him. As Evans spins, comes up a little short. Race for the basketball, and easy money at the other end. So Sissoko with his 1st basket here of the evening. 3 ball, well short. Now Johnson on the push, a 2-on-2. Aggressive move, and he'll get fouled. This will go on Cyphers as the second he's picked up here in the last couple of minutes. Marquise on the season, 11 points per game, 7 rebounds. And he banks that one in. 2 substitutions for Coach Craner. Morrow checks in. We'll also send Schluster out for the first time here in the 3rd. I think a big stretch right now for the Spartans just to try to hang around. Johnson missed it. He stepped over the line anyways. So the lead remains 7 here 4 points for Johnson on the night. And a gift here for the Flames, just a bad pass out into space by Mayer. It's a team that's really protected the basketball well leading into this game tonight. Had some problems. Certainly the Spartans have. Around the back, Mayer, a little bit of showtime here for Mack. Lentes sets the screen. Here's Lindsay looking for a crease. Short window to operate, so they'll set up the three from outside, and splashing home is King from downtown. Mack has it on a string, but King got a little piece of it, and here he is up and under Davion. Looked like caught him on the head. So Mack with the personal. Just going to be the first on the sophomore, who's got 22 points right now. Nobody else on the floor has scored tonight for the Flames, so this is a unique lineup for Coach Craner. They'll have number 3 clearly as the focal point here down at the other ends. Missed opportunity right now for Desmond King at the free throw line with 5 points. Interesting setup. Everyone's got their own way to put a free throw. Actually back off the line and then steps up like it's a jumper. No look pass for Hager. Probably should have been looking because there was nobody there in a white uniform. And things starting to tighten up a little bit. Big possession right here. King with the finger roll. And forcing that one, but they'll get a break. It'll be a travel. Take one more look at it. Just not really looking where he was going before he took that first bounce, and Josiah gives it away, but we'll get a timeout. And Coach Craner wants to take one. It's a home and kitchen supply timeout. 10-9, MC owns the slimmest of margins in advantage here in this quarter. As we see our senior Aiden swinging around the camera, looking at both huddles, doing a fine job here in his OH Report debut. Was kind of unable to help during soccer season because he was out there playing, helping the Flames get all the way to a regional championship game appearance. Such an exciting season for MC and a resurgence for one of the strongest small school programs in the state, and now with the extra layers and the 5 divisions in soccer, you would imagine that there's going to be a prominent role in the tournament beyond the round of districts for the Flames moving forward. They've certainly had a lot of success in the tournament. We'll see if that becomes the same for a few other programs here. Mansfield Christian, I do believe, will compete in Division 7 this year with the 3 new divisions for both boys and girls basketball. So that will be the smallest of the 7 divisions. St. Peter certainly will be in that mix. Lindsay, a series of moves, draws a double, sets it up, catch and release. A bit too much for Sissoko, but King tracks it down in the corner. Spartans need to capitalize on this extra possession. Lindsay, the step through, and called for the travel. Slow it down for you. I thought that it was okay. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, what's wrong? There's a bad pass off target. I think it would have been out of bounds no matter what. So I guess all the same game, and ball don't lie. "20 turnovers now for the Spartans. As that's the first 2 points of the game for that young fella, Josiah. Out of a crowd, Johnson gives it up. Tough runner, back iron. Battling for it inside. It's on with the rebound. They'll push ahead. Here's Kybe. The skip pass from the corner. Evan able to get it to go. Good sign for Hager. He's had kind of a tough offensive night. Really been in attack mode. But it's just 4 points for him. As King lets that one loose from downtown. And it's poked away, one and done. Quick fire from outside. The lefty came up short, did Morrow. And it's the same result for MC as they just get one shot offering. Not a great looking transition this time for Sissoko. Tried to go at a pair of defenders. Lost the battle. What do we got here? I think just a mishandle of the ball. As Davion Mack checks in, 44 ticks still remaining on the clock here before we reach money time. It's been a critical third quarter here for the Flames. Not a good inbound pass. Sissoko to the right hand, and Hahn turned it away. No postage on that one. Return to sender, but an awful pass by Mack. And it'll be laid in by Antonio Lindsay. So the sloppy factor has been on display. It's like the weather outside, kind of that wintry mix. As Evan attacks and earns a trip to the foul line. 2 shots on the way here for Hager. Drips that one through. Sam Wiggins just checking back in for St. Pete's for these last 15 ticks. As Hager continues to shoot 50% on the season from out there. See if they hold on for the final shot here, the frame. That seems to be the game plan. As he spins it over here to Mack. Double team. Evan lets loose. And that'll do it for 3 quarters of play. The Spartans hanging around despite getting outscored by 4 there. As we move on to money time, and it's anybody's game. We'll see you there.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
It's your boy T-Han. Let's go.
Money time has arrived here inside of the Furnace. Just 8 more minutes remain in regulation, and really the game's still hanging in the balance, as it's 37-29 on our Mechanics Bank scoreboard. Brian Skrosky here with you on this Mansfield Christian Media Class student-led operation. I'm on the call, getting some help on the trigger with the camera here. And then Mr. Miranda tracking some stats for me here tonight, as it's a great breakout, and what a start here for the Flames as they get the theft and they cash it in for Deuce at the other end. 7 points now on the contest for Evan. Just a little bit too much on that. But King able to pick the pocket, but an offensive foul. They call the charge here as he tried to barrel inside a little bit too much on Davion. And King, after making a great play to get the basketball back, lowered the shoulder and the boom just a bit too much. And it's costly. I think he probably could have scored without that. Mack, even though he's one of those great bounders and the excellent leaping ability, looked like he was going to stay put on the floor here on planet Earth. And another turnover. St. Peter's has had a ton of them here. 21 by our count, but the Flames have not been much better. My goodness. Neither team really doing an excellent job of protecting the basketball and what's theirs and having quality possessions. Not consistently anyways. Another foul. This will be the second in the quarter here against Mansfield Christian, and could be the best opportunity, I think, for St. Pete's to try to get back into this game. As you see Lentes off the lob, and excuse me, that's just the second on Mack, only the first in the quarter against Mansfield Christian. Misheard over the loudspeakers. Almost banked it in, but another opportunity coming up here for Diamante. It's the second. Gets it back to single figures. And now some pressure, a 1-2-2 look being applied right now by the Spartans. And look out below, Mack went in. Hard foul. And Davion still without a dunk tonight. I put the over-under in this one at 3 for him. Just to my own personal beliefs. But I really got to credit St. Peter's. He's had, that's about the third real quality look and opportunity. Just try to throw a little smash burger on the rim, and they've done a good job of just not allowing them to flex and have the student sections just go absolutely bonkers. Hard foul and a wise one by Johnson. Now it's kind of flipping the script where it's the second foul on St. Peter's, and if it becomes a game where the Flames are able to get to the line a bunch while they haven't shot it well, could be lights out and close the door here with the 11-point advantage. And the foot out of bounds, so another costly error here for St. Peter's. As they are piling up the turnovers. It's the one stat that I think really just drives coaches nuts. And Mack, too, I mean, boy, he's had like 4 or 5 just head-scratching passes. He is still a sophomore, but after being a varsity starter all last year and just being such a smooth player with the basketball, don't expect it from him. Kind of a forced shot that time by Hager. And St. Peter's looking to get something going here, starting to build some momentum. Foul in the arm and a reach in. Goes right there against Josiah Schleusner. As Hager's going to go take a seat, Landon Cypher's in, the junior. Landon has not scored yet tonight. They'll also give Hahn a quick breather and get Kai back out into the mix. Evan also scoreless on the night. But making a nice play here. The deflection and the steal by Alex Mayer. Davion sets his feet, the stroke. It came up a little shy. Flames can't seem to put him away as Lindsey darts his way through a couple defenders. He'll lay it in, and it's just a 7-point differential now. St. Peter's trying to show a little bit different look as they sag back in a 2-3 zone. Coach Schulter said you got to come out and pressure, though. Get that 5-second clock starting to wind. Mack from the corner. Just hasn't been able to find it from long range, and really nobody from Mansfield Christian's dialed in the GPS from downtown. They just have one made three-pointer the entire game. St. Pete's, by the same token, they've really struggled from the land of three as well. Just 2 made threes, 1 in each half. And those can be the ultimate difference makers. I think the NBA is case in point, and how many teams these days are putting up, 30 or more three-pointers in a contest. Here's another one, and Cypher is able to drill it like an oil rig. That's a big one right here for MC. That'll pump the lead back out to double figures. It lands on 10. Final 5 minutes. Can they bet it back? They don't. It's an air ball from King, but the putback is pure. 9 points for Diamante Lentes. Mayer going to force him to come out and try to play some defense. Like I said, get that 5-second clock winding. First look at the 2-3 zone tonight. Cypher's trying to be the zone buster. Missed his latest after knocking it down on the last. But it's last touch by St. Peter's, and it'll be MC basketball. Just getting it in is Evan Hager. Back in. Having some communication with Coach Craner here. Mayer set to trigger. They've got the box look. They'll screen across. Dump it down. Kaib. Evan going to the charity stripe. It was a tough inbounds pass. But I do, again, credit St. Peter's for being really tough on the interior tonight. Johnson coming running out of there, grabbing his wrist. That's how hard he came down with the foul. And his 4th, so keep an eye on that. And Marquise is in a lot of pain, man. He's slumped over here at midcourt. Antonio Lindsay just came and put his arm around him. I was like, come on, big dog. We gonna need you if we got any chance to try to get back into this. One more free throw still coming up for Evan. How many lane violations have we had tonight? Normally you'll get one a game. I think that's like the 4th or 5th. Just super uncommon to see it that many times. Spartans got to get to work. We're at the midway point here of money time. Big MBC check to be cashed as King kind of looked like he lobbed it up to himself. I'm not sure you can do that. I think the referee who was on top of it determined that there was some contact that forced him to lose it, but there wasn't. Saw there on the Integrity Lawn Maintenance replay. King actually going to check out here as Sissoko comes up to guard the basketball. Mayer pitches it over to Cyphers. Flames will be content to try to roll as much time off the clock as they possibly can. You can see it there in the backdrop, 3:29 and counting. No need to get a shot unless it's a layup or a clean look. And as I say that, it's forced up by Cyphers. Taylor with an athletic move just to get it back in bounds. But how about this? Nobody defending King at the other end. 45-40. This thing coming down to the wire. Flames need to get some points. Landon again. His 4th shot here in the 4th. He's 1 for 4. Did make that 3-pointer that I kind of thought might be the momentum and the poison to really put the Spartans asleep, and it just has not turned out that way. They've got the basketball back, and it's just a 2-possession game. They say throw the records out the windows and all that stuff when it's a rivalry. It's been Mansfield Christian with 8 straight wins here. And looking to make it 9 in a row as Hager gets loose. And he puts it up and in on the layup. Critical points there, 9 of them now for Evan. Lob back to Johnson. Takes a dribble, poked away in a crowd, triple teamed. Antonio from long range. Chased down here by Johnson. He really has a great read for the ball off the rim, and he's got a nice stroke too. How about a 3-pointer and a 4-point game? Marquise Johnson adds 3 to his total. He also with 9 on the night. Mack goes away from the screen and swatted in the paint. 2-on-2. Johnson going to work, and he gets fouled. Boy, how the tables have turned. The 3rd quarter belonged to Mansfield Christian. And as you see there, 14-10 here. The point totals in the frame in favor of the Spartans. Johnson can make this just a 2-point game as he now joins King in double-figure scoring for Sparty. And St. Peter's, they don't look like they've done anything spectacular. They're really keeping their composure, and this program that has not done much winning at all for half a decade, very much in this game, looking to knock off the Flames for the first time since 2020, and in prime position to do so. That was also their last Mid-Buckeye Conference win, so it has been forever. As the Mack attack gets to work, and they needed that one. Davion Mack will have a couple free throws on the way. Sub 90 seconds to go. And the sophomore in a pressure cooker of a situation, but he shoots more free throws than anybody in the MBC. I believe these will be the 19th and 20th free throws of the season for Davion Mack. See Evan Kibe getting back out there. He'll replace Josiah Schlusner. And with he, Hahn, and Mack, this is probably the best lineup in terms of rebounding and playing on the interior. Lead stretch back out to 4. 2 makes that time. Davion with 26. Lindsay all the way to the cup. Timeout on the floor. It's going to be a full timeout taken by the Spartans, and still one more remaining in their back pocket. And how about it? They have outscored the Flames by 6 here in crunch time when it matters most. They have brought their hard hats, they've went to work, and they've stayed poised. That's what's been great about it. They had a whole flurry of turnovers that we saw. They had the 18 in the first half, a dozen here in the second, but I think 11 of those were in the 3rd quarter. They've calmed things down, they've relaxed here in this final frame, and they are more than within striking distance. Just a 2-point game, and the pressure kind of falls now on the shoulders of the Flames. I think a big favorite in this game, despite replacing 4 starters from a season ago. But it's the home opener. Got the big dramatic win in the junior varsity game in the game-winning 3. Landon Bishop, the sophomore, knocked it down. Do we need more heroics here in the varsity? And what will the Spartans do now defensively? It looks like they'll set up full court man-to-man. And a lot of conversation. Coach Shoulders is making some switches. And it looks like actually I don't know what they talked about in the huddle, but they started out in man, and he's like, no, we want a 1-2-2 here. And now they'll drop back in a half-court man-to-man. As Mac dribbles it off his foot, but he'll go down to the floor, and wisely a timeout taken by Coach Craner, a home and kitchen supply timeout. He still had 4 left and 3 still available for MC. 30-second timeout for the Flames. As the cheerleaders now taking center stage. You see them in the backdrop there. And anytime we start getting the head-to-head with the cheer crews, you know, it intensifies everything. It kind of lights up the environment of the night. And I've always taken off my cap anytime I've been in the gym with the St. Peter's cheerleaders. I mean, you've heard them the entire night. I mean, they're like Kevin Gates. They got 6 jobs out there cheering, and they don't get tired. It is nonstop. It's all the time. Speaking of time, not a lot remaining here in this one. $1:06. Mack will inbound. He'll find the senior Mayer. Hager, probably the most reliable ball handler on the floor. He and Davion, but Mack, he's got a proclivity to try to just do one too many fancy moves, and it costs him here. Double between the legs, the second off of himself, and the Spartans get the ball back. Monster possession coming up here. Antonio finally gets it in. A lot of mustard behind that pass from King. Now Lindsey handles. He checked the clock with 42 ticks going. You don't have to be in any kind of rush here. It's just a 1-score game. And how about the hands from Kai? But it looked like Lentez wanted to go up and over him with the dribble. Evan was ready for it. The active hands pay off. So a giveaway for MC. St. Peter's returns the favor, but back-to-back. Mack gives it away out in transition. Free throws coming up. A chance to tie as Mayer will put Desmond King on the free throw line. Coach Roy Shoulders wants everyone to come huddle. And Kerry Craner the same thing. Here's a look at the take. And Mayer, I mean, that's kind of a palm full of basketball. Must have got a chunk of the wrist, too. That's a 4th on Alex. And I talked about it's kind of a funky setup. Doesn't matter if it goes in, but that one does not. So the 5'8" senior, still 1 more to go. And with 17.5 ticks, you don't have to try to miss this one yet. There's time to make it. Try to go for the steal, and then foul if you're unable to. Probably smart to make this one. That way, if you do put the Flames on the line, the best they can do is still make it a 1-score game, but he bricked them both. Wow. And now a foul will put Mack on the free throw line at the other end. Boy, a big spot there for Desmond King to come up hollow. 0 for 2. When you've lost 8 straight to this team, haven't won a Mid-Buckeye game in 4 years. Gotta have those free throws down the stretch. He'll be thinking about those certainly all night long. especially if St. Pete's comes up on the lose again. The second free throw means a lot. Max meant a ton to this team tonight. More than half of their points offensively. And that gives them 28. 3-4-point game. Skip pass, they got to get it up in a hurry. It doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3. That's an air ball, but the putback is good, and the final timeout taken by St. Peter's. 3.5 seconds to go. They have played so well here in this fourth quarter. And they're right here. So still enough time to try to go for the steal initially, but you really do. You got to put the Flames on the free throw line within about a second if you come up empty-handed trying to come up with the theft. Let's see what's going on with you guys out there in the cheering section. Want to say hello to Joshua Davis. Says, let's go Flames. Rooting them on from home. Okay. Elena says, where can I find this love on YouTube? We're on YouTube. We're on Channel 1. Channel 1 YouTube. And then Tyler Sanders, former Mansfield Christian coach, says go Flames out there in the chat section as well. So appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and for commenting here tonight on the Facebook. As here's a big inbound for Mayer. They want to get it to to Hager, and boy, they lost Mack, who just went 2 for 2. They had a double on him. I'm not sure exactly how he got loose there. Looked like a miscommunication, and certainly it was that, as both Lindsay and Wiggins are pointing at each other like, I thought you had him. I thought you had him. But true to kind of what I was saying, that they get the foul and only 1.4 seconds come off. So if Davion Mack misses at least one of these, you've still got an opportunity. But Davion's a pretty clutch player, and he probably just looked up at the board. He's like, I got 29. My 30 spot would be pretty cool. And he's got 3 racks. And that'll do it, man. Crucial free throws down the stretch from Davion Mack. Sealed the victory here for Mansfield Christian, who took the best shot from St. Peter's here tonight in this Mid-Buckeye Conference opener. What a game. Still more live and free coverage to come, including an interview with our player of the game. We'll go with Davion Mack, so you'll hear from the stud sophomore coming up here in a couple of minutes. And then Mr. Miranda and I will break down the final stats and get you all set to go to bed on this Friday the 13th if you can. We'll see. We'll be right back. Post-game coverage on the way from the Furnace.
Yippee! Win myself titles, cut down nets with my fans. Back to the basket. And another thing. Well, looks like I'm not going to Hollywood after all.
Did you know that every parent in Ohio may now choose the right school for their child? Hi, I'm Dr. Cy Smith, Superintendent at Mansfield Christian School. Thanks to new legislation, all of Ohio's children are now eligible for a school voucher. No matter where you live, everyone qualifies, and 80% of Ohioans qualify for the full voucher amount. We are so excited for Christian families who can now align their child's education with their Christian values at a private school like Mansfield Christian. Give them the truth that they desperately want and need. Give them a Christian education. You can find out more information at mcsflames.org or call 419-756-5651.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
You just enjoyed live and free coverage of Flames versus Spartans basketball thanks to our amazing sponsors, Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, locally owned financial planner that boasts the endorsement of national money expert Dave Ramsey and the team at Ramsey Solutions. Integrity Lawn Maintenance, landscaping services you can be proud of at a price you can afford. Schedule a free estimate by calling Austin at 567-307-5554. They also have opening for snow plowing as well. Home and Kitchen Supply, your one-stop shop for kitchen and baths, windows and doors since 1970. Mansfield Christian Schools, experience the embrace of a learning community that cherishes your child's growth in spiritual and academic development at Mansfield Christian Schools. And Sutton Bank, earn the cash reward of your choice for doing simple activities with Kasasa, along with our friends at Spherion Mid-Ohio, a proud supporter of local athletes because they know the foundations that make great employees are woven into the teamwork, focus, drive, and perseverance given in each practice and game. Let's get to work. We'll be back up here in just a couple of minutes. Still waiting for our MVP, Davion Mack, to come out of the locker room. When he emerges, I will speak with him, and then we'll break down the final stats of the night. Keep it here. We'll bring you back more live and free coverage inside the furnace real soon.
it's time to wake 'em up. They've been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can't move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get based on. This is the moment movies get based on. Fire in the bones, watch me fire up the songs. Let it burn 'em, burn 'em, burn 'em. Got the fire in the bones. Our desires, they become who we are. We go hard, giving up, no we're not. Yeah, the first step is showing up. Now we're here, blowing up. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know.
It's the Spherion Mid-Ohio post-game show. Happy holidays to you too, Marco, and to all of you out there watching live and free tonight. Fun game here inside of the Furnace in this fun battle between Mansfield Christian and Mansfield St. Peter's, crosstown long-time foes, and it boils down to the wire, but the plays made at the end get the Flames the victory. Brian Skronsky joined now by Gustavo Miranda, the teacher for the media courses here at Mansfield Christian. And really awesome environment tonight. It would have been impossible, I think, to come out here and not enjoy the game and the good times, and just overall the energy in the building was it was really fun to take this all in.
It was just terrific. I tell you, I've learned so much. I've learned to appreciate, let's call it that, this game so much in just one evening. And it's thanks to these young men that are on the team. Obviously, the coaching staff and the cheer, everyone. But these young men have made this 67-year-old man feel like he's 17 again, because they are awesome.
Yeah, it's sweet, too, that we have quite a number of these kids that are in the media courses. And what's really fun about this team, the last few years, the senior class that just graduated, they had Amar Davis, of course, who's considered the greatest player to ever come through the program. 4 other seniors alongside him that made up the bulk of the offense the last year and the last couple of years, really. So a lot of fresh faces getting into the lineup here tonight, Mr. Miranda, at the beginning of the year for Coach Craner, and still trying to figure out who some of the guys are going to be and what type of roles they're going to play. But a lot of dudes got into the game tonight for the Flames, and they do enough to get a win over the rival.
And as I watch them on the court tonight, I come to a greater understanding also of the dynamics of how they're treating each other in the classroom. And so, again, I have a much greater respect for them, a much greater respect for the game, a great appreciation for the game. And I am looking forward to being here for many, many more games coming up. Just awesome. Just an awesome experience. I didn't think it was going to happen, and I'm very appreciative. God is good, and He still enjoys giving us some nice experiences along the way. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that we got 9 more of these things coming up with the boys and the girls, so we got plenty more action coming from the Furnace. And for the first time in his career, Gus tracking some stats for me here tonight, and actually pretty even across the board, as you might imagine. I think the biggest difference down the stretch, even though Mansfield Christian had their fair share of turnover problems, was that the Spartans just one too many giveaways in that third quarter. That's where MC was really able to try to extend there. They had the double-digit cushion, and then slowly Sparty chipped away, and they made a game of it in that fourth quarter. But a big difference there, 26 turnovers, Gus, and for a guy that doesn't doesn't watch a lot of basketball, that's way too many. You'd definitely like that to be at 15 or below for a varsity team. And I covered a game last week where the teams averaged 8 and 7 on the season. So I think that's something that the Spartans are going to have to clean up moving forward. But they never gave up, and you could tell just with their facial expressions, how they interacted with their coaching staff too, that the moment wasn't too big for them. They didn't feel like they were outmatched, which I think was the case for them the last couple of seasons where they really didn't collect a lot of wins.
They really improved their game in the second half. They really did. You have to tip your hat to them. They did. It's just what is the phrase? Too little, too late. And Mansfield Christian just eked out that win, and I'm sure they're very thankful, especially for their star player who made that happen for them. But they did eke it out. If had the Spartans played the first half as they did the second half, they would have taken the victory tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. They brought their lunch pails. They put in the work there in that second half. They battled and just came out on the losing end. So they will drop to 1-2 on the season, but it's a much different looking and feeling team from what we've seen the last few. And in our pregame, when we broke down and we showed you what has been going on so far with Sparty over the last several seasons, you saw there just was not a lot of victories to be had. As we've got our player of the game coming up here on the stage right now. So we'll get prepared to hear from Mr. Davion Mack. So actually, we'll take a 30-second commercial timeout. We'll be right back, and we'll hear from Davion.
Hey, does your checking account pay you with real cash rewards with no monthly maintenance fees ever? Bummer. Ask for Kasasa Rewards Checking. It's our superpower.
All for God's glory. You're watching Flames basketball.
We return with our player of the game presented by Whitaker Myers with a 30-piece tonight. Davion Mack helps lead his team to victory. And let's start there with the win. Really gutsy effort here from St. Peter's, a team that you guys handled last year. They brought their A game. They brought their lunch pails tonight. How satisfying is it to end up pulling it off and getting the win here in your home opener?
It feels good. We planned it on coming out here and doing better than that. You know, we had some turnovers, struggled with defense. You know, Antonio, he was doing his thing. But, yeah, it was good.
They put you on the free throw line twice there in the closing seconds. You go 4 for 4 to end up icing the game. That's a part of your game that obviously they're going to be relying on you here to try to get some wins. Just how proud are you of yourself that in crunch time, the biggest moments, you were able to stand up to the challenge?
All the hard work in the summer, bro, it's going to show. It's going to show for sure.
So last year, a really heavy veteran-led team. They had all the seniors, 5 of them, I do believe. You were still a starter for the squad, but now kind of feels like it's your team this year offensively, and they're looking to you. How much have you felt kind of a dynamic shift in terms of what you're asked to do offensively from a freshman now into your sophomore year?
I mean, I've been preparing for it since last year, for real, so it's really nothing for real. Just been in the lab working, so it's nothing new for real.
Some fresh faces, though, that are in the lineup with you this season, even though you've got some veterans in Evan and Taylor and Evan Kibe as well, Alex Mayer, but not a lot of varsity experience for them a season ago. Bringing them along here over these first few weeks, just describe that process and what it's been like here in the first couple weeks of the season for you guys.
It's been good. During practice, we've been going crazy. Defense, offense, we still trying to put some stuff together and bond with the team some more. But other than that, we've been doing good.
Well, you get a big win here tonight heading into the weekend, so congratulations on that. And I think you guys got another one tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
So,
serve them boys the belt.
That's right, man. But we'll let you get some rest here before we turn you loose. Go ahead, look at the camera as you are, and just give as many shout-outs as you want.
30. Rip Biz, too, bro. No cap.
Show it off, baby. All right, Davion Mack, your Whitaker Myers MVP.
At Whitaker Myers Wealth Managers, we believe successful financial planning comes with your complete understanding as a client. That's why our financial advisors are passionate about our core value of having the heart of a teacher. When you have complete and total understanding of your financial picture and your financial future, you have more confidence as a client.
It's your boy Tihan. Let's go.
Back here to put a bow on things, I should say, here inside of the Furnace, where it's a 53-49 victory in their home opener for Mansfield Christian as they head to 2-1 on the season, and the Spartans dip to 1-2. Appreciate all of you out there watching live and free here tonight. It's been a fun experience as always here at Mansfield Christian, and looking forward to doing many more of these coming up here in the future. 9 more to be exact with our Mansfield Christian media courses. So a shout out to Gus Miranda and Aiden helping out here tonight and bringing you guys all of the action live and free on the OH Report, the only way we know how. Everybody's off at the OH Report World Headquarters tomorrow. We have our company Christmas party, so for the first Saturday, and probably the only one of the entire year until we get to summer, no live and free events coming up, but we do wish everybody a happy holiday season. Enjoy your weekend, as I will do mine, and we'll see you coming up here on a live stream near you real soon. But for now, for tonight on this Friday the 13th, we out of here.